we're coming at you from a new angle. Lee's room.
Yay! Because it's actually clean for once.
And we have switched there. Mine has, like, no walking room because of all my stuff from college. But today what we're doing is a book review, co-op thing about The Finisher by...
I'll go grab the other second book
Okay.
here so we can get the author here.
I haven't read the second book. Or
Me
if I
neither.
Okay.
I did get it though because I wanted to read the second book. And
I-
there's so many that I need to read, but then college. Ugh.
David Baldacci. This is the second book. We will not be talking about this one because if I've read it, I don't remember, and she hasn't read it.
Yeah.
And so, The Finisher is one of my favorite books. Like, it was the second book ever that I ever reread. The first one was the Wandla books, which I already showed you.
I reread a lot of books. I don't know what to say. I first read it, I believe, in middle school or high school. It actually was a suggestion, I think, of Cassidy and my boyfriend. Both of you suggested it to me. And I was like, okay, if I'm getting 2 suggestions to read this, it must be good. So that's why I picked up the book and read it.
Yeah. I don't remember where I found it. I think I was probably just at, like, my weekly library look around.
Mine was at the school book fair. Continue, I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you're okay. And so The Finisher is about this girl who, I think, did she lose both of her parents?
Yeah. No.
No.
Yeah, she did. She's only has her brother.
Yeah. She only has her brother. She lost both of her parents through, like, some, like, withering act. Also,
It's like some sort of magic illness.
yeah,
That's going
where they, like,
on.
wither away, and then, like, the light, like, takes them or something like that. Also, spoilers! if
Actually,
you
I
can't
think
tell.
the mother was technically hospitalized in one of those things, but they did, I think, pass near by the end of the book.
Okay.
If I remember right, because I remember her sneaking into the facility
Oh,
at
yeah.
the very least.
Yeah. Her mom was hospitalized. Her grandpa was went into the woods, the very illegal woods. So, okay. we need
We're slowly piecing together what we remember right now. We apologize.
Yeah. So, her name is Vega Jane. She lives in Wormwood, which is a secluded village surrounded by super deadly, I mean, they are pretty deadly, but deadly woods, like a huge forest. And, she finds a map that her grandfather left her, with, like, this little stamp on it that he had, like, a tattoo of, or something, I think.
Yeah, there was something that had to do with the tattoos on the back of their hands in
Yeah.
the village, and that's there was a secret to that I'm not sure. Should I just say it now?
Yeah, just say it.
The stamps on the back of the hand, if you actually go into the forest with the stamp still on your hand, it will make you technically the prey of every creature that lives in there. And so that's why you would have to remove the stamp before you go in the forest. That's what I remember about the stamp.
Yeah. I thought it was, like, the stamp for a secret clan or something.
Nope, everyone had one.
Oh, okay.
It was to, like, kind of trap them where they are. It's kind of like a dystopia thing going on.
Oh, yeah. But Vega Jane she has, like, this best friend who has a stutter and all of that, and, like, there's, like...
And he definitely has a crush on her, I remember that part.
Oh, I don't. But, like, that's because of, like, this evil woman who's, like, the second to the mayor or something like that. I don't remember that part. Do you?
I remember that her brother more or less gets in that person's good graces because he's very smart and very intelligent, even though he's younger than Vega Jane. And Vega Jane, all of them are, like, assigned jobs, technically.
Yeah. And Vega's is the finisher.
She puts the touching up items on all the products that they make.
Yeah, in, like, this... like
assembly line factory
thing.
I can't remember exactly what they're making, full honesty. I just remember that's her job.
Yeah.
Hence the name of the book.
Right. And so they are making, like, a lot of, like, metal stuff.
Metal working mostly.
And so it's, like, cups.
Right, because she end up having to help her brother build that wall or whatever.
I don't remember that part.
You don't remember that part. That was like a wall for the forest, and that's why she had to escape sooner than planned.
Oh.
If I remember right.
Yeah,
because he was building a wall around the forest because they wanted to keep the dangerous things out. No, not her best friend, her younger brother.
Are you sure? Because I thought he still went to, like, the school, like, the early school.
He did for a bit, but then again, he was recognized as being smart, and the mayor, like, took it upon herself to, like, put him in projects. You don't remember any of that?
No.
I remember, okay, he was at least collaborating. I'm not sure if he was in charge of it, but he was collaborating with the mayor.
I remember them leaving. I remember her getting the flying chain. I remember her, like, little, like, dream core, like, thing in the factory at night. Her getting the chain, putting the map on her body somewhere, like her treehouse, getting chased by things from the woods, and then, like, her leaving, or her convincing her best friend to, like, teaching him about the chain, how it helps her fly, and then, them leaving with her brother and the dog.
I thought she only left with her. I thought the brother stayed behind. Obviously, we do not remember enough of this book to do this video.
Yes, we do. It's fine. You shush. It's a book review. We both liked it. We're not telling the whole plot. We're just telling, like, oh, this is what I remember, this is what I like. That's kind of, like, how...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did like the suspense in that story. I will say that. There is some suspenseful scenes. And it was, like, kind of it wasn't really scary, but it had, like, that suspenseful lurking that I kind of like.
Oh, yeah. Obviously, I remember more than what I liked. Apparently, I guess I dislike the stuff about the brother, because I don't remember that, but, I
remember just the shocking stuff, honestly. I was like, he's like 8. That was surprising to me.
That's why I was like, no, he's not, what? He's not doing anything.
And I remember that her best friend was also, like, some kind of beast tamer, or he had a farm.
Yes!
Yeah.
And he, like, there was, like, this talking horse with 6 legs.
Yes, and that's how she found, that's how I knew that wasn't, that he had a crush on her, because the horse would talk, and he would...
Oh, I remember that now.
Yeah.
But, so, her little, like, dream core thing in the factory, very confusing. I didn't understand it until the second or third time I read it, but she sneaks into the factory to figure out the secrets of the town, where, like, they're keeping her in, and, like, obviously, like, the mayor's being super secretive and stuff.
And there's weird, and I think she does end up actually getting punished somewhere through the story about having the map on her body later on.
I don't remember that either.
I know she did, they end up letting her go. I think, no, her friend helped her escape, and that's why they ran out into the woods that night, if I remember right.
Okay.
Again, I read this in, like, high school, middle schoolish, so it's blurry, guys.
And so she goes into the factory, and there's, like, a secret, like, locked upstairs that, like, there's, like, this, like, super serious guard, who doesn't talk. She goes up those stairs, and then there's a giant, like, snake thing, I think. It's, like, it's really fast. She doesn't get a good glance at it because she's running away from it because it's chasing her.
I don't remember this at all. I remember the guard, though, because the guard freaked me out for some reason.
Yeah. I really like this scene once I understood it.
Mm-hmm.
And so she gets into this other room, which starts, like, the dream core. And she, like, goes through a couple of different scenes, but the one I remember the most is there's a waterfall that, like, has her family's faces in it.
Oh, I remember that part!
Yeah.
I remember that part, because that was really weird. It was like a Harry Potter thing almost happening.
Yeah. And then wasn't there, like, runes or something?
Yeah, I believe there was runes.
Yeah.
I do remember runes.
There were runes that, like, glowed. I don't remember the significance of those.
Me neither. That, again, been a long time, guys.
Yeah. But then, she found this chain that was sentient and warm. I really like the fact that it was warm because it's made of metal.
I like that too. That was very cool. I thought that was a very interesting thing, honestly.
And she tries to run away from it at first, but it, like, stays wrapped around, like, it, like, wraps itself around her or something, like a snake.
Yeah,
I think
it's like a sentient chain, basically, and
Yeah.
it's adorable. I like to
so
think of
cute.
it. I like to think of it as like a little metal snake, chain link snake.
Yeah.
It's adorable. I like that.
And so she started running with it around her waist. She just randomly started flying, like, floating upwards, and she was like, what? So she had to, like, train herself how to fly with it. And then she taught her best friend who had a crush on her how to fly with it. And then I think at some point they confront the evil mayor lady, And don't they fix his stuttering with that?
He does. His stutter does end up getting fixed. I'm not sure if it's at that point. Yes,
Yeah.
because I think it turned out the mayor was doing something, or
Yeah.
it wasn't just his anxiousness. The mayor was also doing something, so he'd have his stutter, if I remember right.
Yeah, which is really weird thing for them to do.
Yeah. So
But-
I think he was also because he's like one of those intelligent people or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember.
What do you mean by intelligent?
I don't know. Like they thought he might interfere with something if he could
Oh.
talk or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, because she found him somewhere he wasn't supposed to be, and then there was like a big flash of light or something, like in one of like the flashbacks. Do you remember that?
Yes, I kind of remember that now. Yeah.
Tell me what you remember about the forest, because I don't want to go too far.
I just remember that her uncle more or less ended up running Grandpa did. And there's that, technically, they're not supposed to go in there because there's a bunch of monsters and stuff. And I remember she kind of ran into a creature when she ran into the forest.
She did.
But I don't remember what the monster was. And that's all
I don't remember either. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is the first book or the second book, so I'm just going to be very vague. But I think the ending of the book is somewhere around here, where there's 5 layers to the forest, and I think she gets through the first and or the second one.
She gets through the first one. That's kind of where the book ends.
Yeah, she gets through the first layer. Do you know what the first layer is? Because I don't want to say one of the other ones.
No, I don't really think I know what the first layer is. I don't recall.
I think it's like a lot of trees, there's a lot of monsters, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember it kind of ends with her walking into the forest and then running into something to be like, end of book, read the next one, and it's
it's one of those. I hated those, or I still hate those, because they're, I
mean, it's a good marketing strategy, but it's so irritating at the same time, because it's like, how long is it going to take you to write the second one? It's like, if it was already out, I wouldn't care, but at the time it wasn't, it's like...
But if it is already out, then you have to wait for it from the library for like 2 weeks.
Either that or you gotta go to the bookstore and that can take some time and you gotta get the money then too.
Or if it's too old...
You can't even find it.
Yeah, it's not at the bookstore.
I'm so sad because I found one cool bookstore like thing. It had like 2 books in it. And I can't find the rest of it because it's an old series. And I'm like...
I can buy those for you.
I will have to find it for you, and I will make you buy it for me for Christmas.
Okay. Any final thoughts about The Finisher?
I thought it was really well done. I really liked the characters and how the whole dystopian society was presented and everything, and how you can see there's kind of brainwashing going on and that she's slowly learning these secrets that she's supposed to.
Those are my favorite kind of dystopians, is where, like, they're, like, some big secrets, and she's, like the main character is finding out the secrets.
Yeah, like, they're ignorant, and they find out more. But then again, I like mystery, so I just like the fact that anyone discovers anything, and trying to piece together what's really going on. That's one of my favorite things to do, so.
That's funny, because...
I also like the magic of it. Sorry, go ahead.
I love the magic of it. I love the fact that she can fly. It's one of my favorite things. I love humans who can fly.
I also love
that aren't
sequences.
Superheroes.
I also love the dream sequences, honestly. I love it when anyone does a dream sequence. I don't know why, but I love those.
I'm pretty
Cassie should know I put 2 of them in our book.
Yeah, that's true. I was going to say something, but I don't remember.
I'm so sorry. The ADHD happened.
It's okay. But I think that's our final thoughts. So we'll see you next time.
Book reviews by Cass and Lee.
Like and subscribe.
Comment! We don't have anyone to comment.
No hate comments.
No hate.
Bye.
No hate.